In this lesson, we'll double check our animation before we call it complete. At this point, we now want to go ahead and just do a play blast of the entire animation to see how it's all come together. Okay, and before I go ahead and start the play blast, I do want to just mention that the play blast is a great time as it's rendering back slowly to look at things like arcs and making sure that your poses and timing are the way you'd like them to be. So do study the animation as it is rendering back for the play blast. Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and I'll be back once it's finished. Here it is. Great. So by looking at this, I think we can do just very minimal adjustments before we call this finished. For one, at the beginning of the animation where the character's acting as he's driving, acting like he's driving, it looks like the fingers on the right hand are opening up very slowly, so we can fix that. Also, at about the point where the character starts to pull his belt up here, looks like we can adjust the hand furthest in front of the character to make it look as if he's actually grabbing his belt. And then when the character does adjust his hat here, it looks like there's a little pop in the right arm. And I think for the last task, what we could do is have the arm exit the scene a little bit faster after grabbing the hat. So those are some things that we're going to fix to finish this animation. First things first, let's go to our perspective view, go to the bringing back our control curves, and we can even shrink our time slider. So let's go ahead and look at the right hand here. And you can see that the fingers are slowly opening. What we want, let's go ahead and look at this. What we want is for them to pretty much stay in the same pose that they're at on frame 1. So let's go to frame 1, middle click on 53 and press the S key. Alright, great. So that's going to be fine. And now we'll move on to our next task. Which was fixing this hand so it looks like it's grabbing the belt a little bit better. Okay, we don't need to spend too much time on it. You can go and later on and fix it to your liking, but I'm not going to spend too much time on fixing this area up. So on 184 we can go there, and I'll even open up the graph editor to see exactly what we're doing. So maybe we can move out the hand here. And just before that, on 183, maybe we can bring up the arm and rotate the hand in. Alright, that looks better. On 190, I'd like to bring down the hand a little bit closer to the belt. And maybe even rotate it in. Then I'd like to keep that pose on 201. So we'll go to frame 190, middle click on 201, and just we can press the press Shift W and Shift E. Great. And now as the character reaches up for his hat, it looks like there's a little bit too much of a pop with the right hand as it grabs the hat. So on 214, you can go ahead and bring down this hand a little bit more. And then, so it doesn't look like a linear line going from 214 to 15, we can bring out the hand a little bit more in the Z. Let's see how that looks as we hit play. Alright, that's much better. Alright, so continuing on. Let's have this hand, the same hand, exit a little bit faster. So we'll go to the Translate Z, get a better view of it, and can select the tangent on 290 and bring that up a little bit more. Okay, we'll bring our time slider back and let's see how this looks now. Hitting play. Alright, I think the timing there is going to be better. Great. So I believe that was it. You can just scrub through just once more. Just make sure that those were all the changes we wanted to make. Okay, we've got the hat, we've got the belt fixed up, and with the hands grabbing the belt, and alright, we fixed the timing of the hand as it exits. Okay, so with all of this done, once we have double checked our animation, it's now time to go ahead and turn on the shot camera, turn off the curves, and basically sit back and watch the show to see what we've worked on throughout these lessons. Also, I do want to mention that if you'd like to basically smooth out the character and basically finalize this further, you can go ahead and crank up the subdivision level on the face to however you'd like to smooth that out. The pen should also have a or should have a smooth node attached to it too. And for the hands, you may need to add a smooth node to it. So if you'd like, you can go to the perspective cam, you can go ahead and just go to the character viz layer, unreference it, select the hand. And yes, it does need a smooth node, so we can just shift select both of those. And with them selected, go to the hot box, or you can go up to your menu if you like, but we go to mesh and go to smooth. And then from there, once they have the smooth node tied to them, you can go ahead and bring that down when you're just testing out the animation, but when you're ready to render this, you can bring that back up. But selecting the pants, looks like they also need a smooth node. Okay, so we could just add that again. Going to mesh, going to smooth. There they are. And then of course we can bring this down. Okay, and again, you do have the upper and lower upper body high res and low res layers that you can swap out, and then the character assets for the buttons and things of that sort. Okay, but then I'm just going to leave everything at its low res state. And as what we were doing before, let's go to our shot camera. Okay, make sure we can view the entire range of the animation and get some popcorn, start a play blast, and watch the show. And here it is. Excellent. Well, there is our final animation. We sure went through a lot of information that you'll definitely want to go back and review just to really get it down in your mind, get it down firm so that you can really improve and enhance your work. Okay, we went through several principles of animation and several tools we can use in Maya and really created something very exceptional. This brings us to the conclusion of animating cartoon characters in Maya. By putting to use the fundamental principles of animation like exaggeration, squash and stretch, and anticipation, just to name a few, we were in the end able to create an enjoyable end product. We even learned ways we can use Maya productively and efficiently to make character performance our primary focus. To continue your education, I'd encourage you to check out the hundreds of free tutorials we offer online at digitaltutors.com, and please check back often as we're always adding new lessons daily. Also on the website, you'll find additional animation training that directly complement the one you've just viewed, as well as an entire library of training products covering the different aspects of 3D production that are currently being used by students, schools, professionals, and studios around the world.